Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to my science online class. We were studying 4th chapter from your science book, right? The chapter name is Sorting Materials into Groups. So today, let's continue that chapter. So all of you, open your books, page number 32. See, density, floating and sinking. In activity 6, we have seen that salt and sugar dissolves in water, whereas sand sinks in water and sawdust floats on water. So we have done in activity 6, we have taken salt, sugar, sand and sawdust. After that, we mixed all these substances in water. After some time, we observe that what happened in different glasses. So we have seen that salt and sugar dissolves in water, whereas sand sinks, means sand go down below the surface of water, and sawdust floats on water, means sawdust remains or floats on the surface of water. Similarly, a piece of metal when dropped in water will sink. So if we dropped a metal in water, it will sink. However, a piece of wood or cork floats on water. Like a piece of wood or cork floats on the surface of water. Okay, density is the mass per unit volume of a substance. Underline this sentence. What is density? Density is the mass per unit volume of a substance. If we weigh equal volume of wood, metal, sand, sawdust and water, it will be seen that iron is the heaviest and wood is the lightest. See, if we take equal volume of wood, metal, sand, sawdust and water, after we take weight, it will be seen that iron is the heaviest and wood is the lightest. Thus, a substance like iron and sand which is denser than water will sink in water. So, we know that substance like iron or sand which is denser than water. So, after mixed in water, iron and sand will sink in water. They go down in the surface of water. Okay. Substances like wood, cork and sawdust which are less dense than water, so these substances floats on water. So we can say that depending upon the density, substances sink or some substances floats on water. Substances like wood, cork, sawdust, they are less dense than water. Their density is less as compared to water. So these substances floats on water. Understand? Now say activity 8. Test whether the following items will float or sink in water. A dry leaf, a nail, a pebble. Pebble means small stones. An eraser, a plastic ruler, a small piece of paper, cotton wool and ice cube. Note down your observations. So, you have to collect these substances and after that do this activity. Okay, this is your homework. Matter can thus be classified on the basis of whether it floats or sinks in water. So we can classify matter depending upon whether they floats in water or whether they sinks in water. In other words, on the basis of density. So we can also say that depending upon the density, we can classify matter. Transparency. We can see through some material like glass, but we cannot see through a wooden door. So like we have doors in our home, so we cannot see through a wooden door, but in a glass container we can see which substances are present inside the glass container. Yes or no? So this is because some materials like glass allow the light to pass through them. Through the glass, light passes through. On the basis of this property, materials can be classified into three categories: transparent, opaque and translucent. On the basis of light passes through that substances or materials or not, we can classify the matters into three categories. Number 1, transparent. Number 2, opaque. Number 3, translucent. Okay, objects which allow light to pass through them are called transparent. So underline this sentence. This is the definition of transparent materials. So what are transparent materials? Objects which allow light to pass through them are known as transparent. So we can say that through transparent materials light pass. Okay, we can see through such objects. We can see whether through these transparent materials that which substances are present inside them. Okay, some examples of transparent materials are glass, water, air and some plastics. So through some glass, water, air and some plastic we can see the inside substances. Okay, this is why biscuits, sweets and other edible items are kept in glass or plastic containers by the shopkeepers so that they are easily seen by the customers. So to attract customers, shopkeepers kept some biscuits, sweets and other edible items in glass or plastic containers, because through glass or plastic container we can see the substances inside that container. Okay, materials like wood, metal, cardboard etc. do not allow light to pass through them and they are called opaque. Underline this sentence. What is opaque materials? The materials which does not allow light to pass through them. Okay, they are known as opaque material. Some example of opaque materials are wood, metal, cardboard etc. We cannot see through these materials. Can you tell what is kept in a cardboard or in a tin box without opening them? What is your answer? The answer is no. We cannot say that what is kept in a cardboard or in a tin box because these are opaque materials. We cannot see through these materials. Understand? Now see, there are some materials through which we can see but not very clearly. They are called translucent. Underline this sentence. There are some materials through which we can see the items inside that but not very clearly. These materials are known as translucent material. They allow light to pass through them only partially. They do not allow light to pass through them completely. They allow light to pass through them only partially. Partially light pass through these materials. Some examples are frosted glass in bathroom windows, butter paper, tissue paper etc. So these are some examples of translucent materials. Okay. Activity 9. Take a sheet of white paper. Look at a lighted bulb through it. Now spread a teaspoon of oil on one portion of the paper. Now look at a lighted bulb through the oil pads. Do you see any difference? You will see that the bulb is more clearly lighted than before. This is because the paper has now become translucent. What do you have to do? You have to take a white paper and you have to look lighted bulb through this white paper. Okay, so after that you have to spread a teaspoon of oil, or you can add small amount of oil on one portion of the paper. After that, throw that oil patch through the portion you have added that oil. You have to see the lighted bulb through that portion, and you will see the difference. What is the difference? You will see that the bulb is more clearly lighted than before, because the paper has now become translucent. Okay, let's remember, state whether true or false. You have to do this. This is your homework. Okay, we can thus classify material on the basis of whether it is transparent, translucent or opaque. We have now seen that materials can be grouped on the basis of similarities or differences in their properties. We group materials to make our work easy at home and at school. So, as we have read that we can classify, or we can group different materials on the basis of similarities or differences in their properties. In a kitchen, all the utensils are kept together, so are the spices and pulses. This makes it easier to find what we need. Utensils means some containers in which we store spices or pulses. This makes it easier to find what we need. So if we kept together, it is easier for us to find what we need. Similarly, a grocer keeps different varieties of soaps together, biscuits in one place and cold drinks and juices in another. Such an arrangement makes it easy to locate various items. So we have to keep different varieties of substances by arranging them so that it will be easier to find. Okay, or it is easy to locate various items. Turn the page. Let us recall. Different objects are made of different materials. There are different objects in our surroundings, so they are made of different materials. The same material can be used to make a large number of objects. By the use of a material, we can make large number of objects. An object may be made of a single material or of many different types of materials. Grouping together of things with similar properties is called classification. There are two properties which are common to all materials. They have mass and they occupy space. So, the properties which are common to all materials are: number 1, they have mass, or all materials have mass. Number 2, all materials occupy space. Number 7, some materials are lustrous, some are not. Some are hard, whereas some are soft. Some are smooth and some are rough. We have already discussed about this. Number 8, some other properties of material which are used to classify matter are soluble in water, miscibility in water, density and transparency. So we have classified materials on the basis of solubility, on the basis of miscibility in water, on the basis of density, and also on the basis of transparency. Number 9, materials can be grouped on the basis of similarities or differences in their properties. Number 10, we group things together for convenience and for studying the properties of things. Word meaning: material, the matter from which a thing is or can be made. Luster, shine or polish. Appearance, the way that something looks. Volume, the amount of space that a substance or object occupies. miscible. Liquids that are soluble in water are said to be miscible in water. So students, this is the fourth chapter. So hope you understand this chapter. If you have any doubt, ask me, okay? So it's today's class. Thank you. Have a good day.